Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of a brand Fivehome, Fivehome. This is their 4K up to 60 Hz HDMI switch. It's a 3-to-1 switch. Now this is very handy if you're setting up a home theater or if you have multiple sources of HDMI and you have multiple sources of Ultra HD 4K HDMI. It's download compatible, so you can switch 1080 progressive or 720p also. This will support ARC UHD and also supports 5.1 channel using SPDIF optical. Comes with a 12-month warranty from the seller. Has an included remote control and has auto switching, so it'll switch between the different inputs automatically. There's even an auto setting right there. We're going to test some of these things to see how they work. Now this has multiple different outputs and inputs, so let's just go over some of these right here. You have your HDMI 1, 2, and 3. These are your inputs at 4K or less that it's going to switch. And then you have your master output, which is what these are going to be switched to. And then you have an optical input right here, SPIDF, and then you have a analog left and right audio output. I want to note that you can't use both of these together. So if you're using the digital to a receiver or a soundbar or a speaker, you can't use the analog. It's one or the other. Here's the power input with the included AC to DC adapter and a remote and an instruction manual. On the other side, it's kind of confusing looking. We'll have to decipher that. There's a power button right there. It's probably a power indicator. Then there's these little status LEDs. And then you have these little micro switches with all the different options here. Now this is a complicated device, so it's going to be hard to show everything, but I'm going to be setting it up in my home theater. And my basic goal initially is just to be able to switch a Bluetooth player and a Comcast DVR essentially to a projector, and to take the optical output from this and to go to a surround sound receiver and get the 5.1 channel, the DTS channel on there. That's my ultimate goal for this. So let's move forward, and I'm going to, oh, and also before I forget, it's compatible with HDCP pass-through. Now it's kind of confusing what that is, but from what I read, it means that you could pass any one of these 3-to-1 without any processing. Now I don't think there's processing on here. I think this is just an amplifier and a buffer, but it does support HDP pass-through and also ARC Ultra HD. So we're going to be testing some of those functions and learning more about those. So here I have the device in my movie theater, and I'm testing out the device to switch various inputs, and one of the inputs is a Comcast HD streaming box, and the other input is an old Western Digital streaming box. And there's the switcher right there. Now everything is working. What I highly recommend is that you put bigger labels on those different status LEDs, because it's kind of hard to see them. But it's on auto right now, and you could just take the remote, and right now in one, if I hit that, it switches to in one, which is Comcast, and then it shows you the Comcast image right there. And then if I go to in two, it shows me the Western Digital, which is right there, which is a home movie. So it's working. So if I were to disconnect, because it's on auto, let's say I shut off the Western Digital device right there. And what happened is it automatically switched to the Comcast device. So that works just fine. Now in terms of the audio, I've got the HDMI inputs. I have the HDMI inputs right there, and I have the optical out going to my receiver. And then my receiver is right there, and it decodes properly all the different signals, whether it's 2-channel or optical. Now the optical can be 2-channel also. I'm not using the analog. If it's a commercial or if it's something that's not 5.1, it's working, but the optical is working and all the HDMIs are being switched. So that's really nice. So when you shut the unit off, let's turn it off right here. Let's see what happens when you turn it back on, if it kind of remembers and sees the signal. And there it is. It came back on with the same optical audio settings, and it came back on to the television. So it's doing everything it's supposed to do. I can't test the ARC in the system or the pass-through because I'm not using that technology on this current setup. But once you label those different LEDs, this product works quite nicely. So I really like it. It's simplifying my setup right here in my movie theater, and I'm going to install it more permanently, get rid of all these wires. So I really like this product. I think you will also, and I'm going to give it a full 5-star rating on my channel. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're alerted to new video uploads. If you like this video review, please hit the like button. I hope this video helped you with your buying decisions. Thanks for watching.